Welcome, Meathead, to a channel all about barbecue and everything to do with meat, and by default, alphaness. So, in the small chance that we're going to get sued by some fat, hairy lesbian behind a computer somewhere, I've developed a disclaimer, which I will read to you now. The content provided in this YouTube series is all completely false, and the mainstream media is where you should find your truths. Veganism is the healthiest diet option on the face of the earth, and all meat-inclusive diet choices will cause climate change and inevitably kill everyone. This disclaimer will stop you from suing the meat marshal, as he really loves socialism and feminism and really hates the wage gap and period cramps. The meat marshal is an ally of the marginalised. If you have any complaints, feel free to email us at gretathunbergforpresident@gmail.com. Vegetables taste amazing. Viewer discretion is advised. So now that we're definitely not going to get sued, on with this week's video. Anatomy of a vegan. Now, everyone took some sort of anatomy lessons at school, but if you're a meathead like me, then there are some subspecies of humans out there that you won't be familiar with. The first one being women.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
But that's for another video. Today, we're talking about a new breed of humans that have developed into our society since our textbooks were written at school.
Vegans!
How dare you!
A vegan is someone who decided that being at the top of the food chain isn't the ideal place to be and decided that they instead want to identify as a herbivore, i.e. a farm animal. Which is like being born with a 10-inch dick, but then being celibate your whole life and not being able to take advantage of the gift that God gave you. So for today's meathead lesson, we will start at the brain. Do they have one? Not entirely sure. A simple understanding of science will have you know that the brain needs to function using lots of
nutrients and minerals,
all of which can be found in brisket, and none of which can be found in kale. So in essence, a vegan wasn't an intellect to begin with, and due to their diet choices, they are now in a perpetual downward spiral of intellectual inability.
Breakfast!
We'll put a question mark in there. On the outside of this brain made out of mashed potato, you'll often see vegans with coloured hair, like pink or blue, and often wearing a headband, like some gay version of Hulk Hogan. This is a mating signal from vegans to other vegans to let them know that they are an ally of problematic mental health. And that they too do fuck all in the day-to-day of their cause.
nice.
Usually spiky on one side and long on the other. Some shit like that. Now onto the eyes, usually bloodshot red. They've usually been crying about all the deaths of animals that they haven't actually done anything about. But don't be fooled, these tears do not extend to those animals that have died at the hands of another animal. And on the days that they do protest, they're usually standing on a road outside a KFC somewhere,
Eating a poor, helpless chicken.
or sitting in traffic blocking cars from moving. And their eyes are red from all the car fumes that they also inhale, again, stunting the growth of their brain. Other things to look for on the face: enough piercings to look like a practice dummy at a piercing expo, glasses because of terrible genetics, and any male vegans will have some sort of man bun or some sort of failed neck beard. Ears don't work. They get all their knowledge from Twitter, not from classrooms. Nose doesn't work. Probably broken from their terrible hygiene. They couldn't smell bullshit from a foot away. Chin, usually receding, because if all you eat is smoothies and four-leaf clovers, then your chin will vacate your face faster than the Americans leaving Afghanistan, and ends up making you look like Sid the Sloth. So that's not there. Chin gone. Above the chin that isn't there is the mouth. Listen out for vegans saying things like
Disgusting!
and.
How dare you!
Then we move on to the torso, and here we have two distinct groups. Type A are your Sid the Sloth types who only eat lettuce, and Type B are your Jabba the Hutt types who only eat chips and gravy.
My name is Optimus Prime.
What they have in common though is that they both have the muscle definition of some wet bread because of a lack of protein, and evolutionary speaking they have terrible posture, probably due to the fact that they take on the weight of trying to make all animals immortal. The arms of someone who's done less hard work than a Kardashian. On the ends of these skinny, definitionless arms are some fucked up hands from gluing themselves to pavement outside an abattoir and then being yeeted away by some truck driver just trying to do his job. Fucked up hands. The chest. No matter the gender, vegans always have A cups filled with, presumably, soy milk. The chick vegans don't have enough nutrition to grow actual boobs. And the man vegans, also known as womans, don't have the testosterone to have a filled out alpha male chest. Soy milk. I know this because vegans will often get their tits out at a protest to get more attention, but they're so malnourished and vulgar that everyone still ignores them.
Disgusting!
I haven't seen you, and even if you look me in the face, I'm still not going to make eye contact with you. Hips, not made for making babies. This is an evolutionary trait. Vegans have enough time keeping themselves alive without sustaining the life of another. Hips do lie. Genitals, missing in action. No one has ever seen the genitals of a vegan, and they don't have kids, so I can only assume that they're all celibate like Tiger Woods before the Masters. Legs, hairy for both genders.
Brother,
Weak and malnourished, but strong enough to run away from reality, but easily defeated by gravity, forcing them to sit down within 10 minutes at their protest. This is because squats don't exist in the vegan world. To them, squatting is how they go to the toilet in their natural habitat, the thriving natural ecosystem that's also known as the inner city. Knees, callous from sucking the dick of their vegan leader, Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix. That's a fucking vegan name if I've ever heard one. On the outside of a vegan, they wear lots of clothes because the sun is on their long list of things that they're allergic to. This list also includes shaving, deodorant, capitalism, and self-accountability. And their clothes are made of hair from previous vegans that have died from hypochondria. Shoes, usually made from, well, I actually don't know what their shoes are usually made from. Hang on. What shoes do vegans wear? What kind of shoes do vegans wear? Made from bio-based materials like corn, bamboo, or apple. So what they wear is just what sticks to the bottom of their foot as they walk around in the tip by the sounds of it. That's a banana peel on the end of his foot. On the inside of a human like myself, I am 60% water. On the inside of a vegan, they are 60% almond juice. And no, I'm not going to call it almond milk because show me the tit on an almond. And then we have it, a detailed, complex, analytical, scientific view of a vegan.